Hey everyone, this is Ryan DeGregorio, one of Wyoming Stargazing's program leaders. Thanks for joining me and welcome to Mind-Bending Astronomy. In every episode, we'll share with you a mind-bending fact about astronomy. Last time we looked at the fourth planet from the Sun, Mars, and today we're going to be looking at the largest planet in the solar system, Jupiter. Jupiter is spectacularly large. If it were hollow like a pumpkin and you could cut it open, you could fit about 1,000 Earths inside of it. Jupiter is also the first Jovian planet that we're going to look at. It's a gas giant. It's primarily made of hydrogen and helium. Jupiter is thought to be somewhat of a failed star, since it's made up of the same components as our Sun. It could have turned into a star if it were more massive, but it didn't grow to be that size, so we're left with a gas giant planet. Jupiter is like a tan beige orange color, and that's from the hydrogen and helium elements. Jupiter also has another striking feature. It has stripes at different latitudes, so they run left to right. And this is the result of the Coriolis Effect. The Coriolis Effect can be seen right here on Earth. If you notice that hurricanes spin in the opposite direction depending on which hemisphere they're in. And so Jupiter rotates really quickly. It spins around its axis once every 10 hours. That means a day is less than half that of on Earth. And when it's spinning so rapidly, turbulence occurs at these different latitudes, and wind currents will flow in opposite directions, giving this stripy pattern. Speaking of wind, Jupiter also has an enormous great red spot, that's what it's called, which has been known to exist for centuries. But we never knew when it formed, and we don't know how long it's going to stick around, but it's a gigantic cyclone, about twice the size of Earth. Jupiter also has a ton of moons. It has about 80 natural satellites. The first 4 were discovered in the 1600s by Galileo, and it was not until 300 years later that we found a 5th moon. But in the span from 2000 to 2005, astronomers had found 50 more. And Jupiter holds the solar system record for most satellites. And Jupiter also has 4 interesting satellites that we looked at, which were Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. These are the 4 largest moons. And we think that Europa could possibly harbor life because there is believed to be a subsurface ocean underneath its icy crust. So Jupiter, just like Mars, is also a great spot to try to find life, but not on the planet, on one of its moons. Next time, we'll try to see Titan, one of the moons of Saturn, which could also be another candidate for life.